unfunnable. Fusion reaction.
Oh, hell yeah.
Get to the chopper! Price go up.
Gigantic fusion reactor that just worked.
Multiple income streams and real yield. Cheats can no longer dump on your heads. The revolutionary decentralized finance protocol. Fusion reaction in T-minus 3, 2, 1. Fusion!
You don't know the power. The math is unfunnable. Fusion reaction.
Oh, hell yeah.
The mothership. And what's it gonna do? Everybody excited?
Oh, hell yeah.
Give my creation!
Fusion.
Get ready to rumble.
Fusion.
Gotta do a huge shout out to Cool Sheet. That song just hits.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to our live AMA. We come to you every Monday and Thursday, but this day is a Friday. We have a massive doubleheader with the holidays, Halloween last night, and just a massive amount of work behind the scenes this week. We figured it'd be better to do a doubleheader recap on Friday night. So hopefully all of you are having a great Friday night. Thank you for tuning in. If you're listening to the recording, you're also in for a real treat. We have so much to go over today. But before we get to all that, I want to introduce my co-host with the most and fellow team member, LA. LA, how are you?
Hey guys, I'm doing great. Only weird thing is it feels like a Monday, not a Friday.
Yeah, no doubt. We have this tradition of launching like the most shit ever on Friday. So
Mhm.
the tradition continues, even though it does feel like a long day of work on a Monday, even though it isn't. But yeah, lots to go over today, LA. And I guess the title today, I think the bull run is here. So I just want to talk about that really quick before we get into EMP bonds. Although we've had a pretty nice pullback from testing all-time highs again on Bitcoin, I think that we're seeing the actual bull run commencing. So, obviously Bitcoin usually runs first. Uh, the Bitcoin dominance was around 60%, which is really, really bullish. And then after that, it usually signifies an alt run or alt season when ETH and everything else start taking off into the end of the year. So the next few months could be really, really exciting. Again, we did retest the all-time high and got rejected on Bitcoin, but that's to be expected. I think once we break all-time high, right around that 74,000 mark, I think we easily go up, 10% a day for the foreseeable future until I think the psychological barrier is somewhere around 100K Bitcoin, and obviously that would drag everything up with it. But in terms of ETH, I mean, it is lagging a little bit, but that is to be expected. Even though ETH is definitely second in command, and I don't really consider it an altcoin. It does behave like that. So until we start seeing the Bitcoin dominance come down, that's when ETH will really have a run. And again, I think we easily test all-time highs again, and then potentially break through as the real bull run can last the next 4 to 6 months easily for sure. So, all right, that was a quick market update. LA, anything you want to add to that before we get started on all the juicy details?
No, I think I feel just this positive wave that's about to hit us. So hopefully my feeling is right.
For sure. I think we've all prepared ourselves for uh, what is to come, which is super exciting, both in the EMP ecosystem and crypto as a whole, for sure. So, all right, LA, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the EMP bonds, and if you can go over some of the key updates, I'll elaborate a little more, and then we will we'll explain as we go.
Yes, absolutely. So happy Bond Redemption Day. It's November 1st. I know there's been a lot of people really excited to redeem their bonds, but we are doing it in a unique way. So I want to make sure everyone has their volume turned up and you're tuned into all the details we're about to go over. So AJ is about to bring up the bond page, and then we're going to kind of go through how you redeem. So you're going to go to EMP.Bonds.com, which I will copy and paste into the chat right now. You'll simply connect the wallet that you originally purchased your bonds with, and then you'll scroll down to the bottom where it says redeem, and you can choose how many bonds at that time you want to redeem. Now, what we're doing that's unique is we realize that a lot of people with this specifically, because it's been over a year, are not paying close attention and they're not going to claim on day one. In fact, probably the vast majority won't. And so, with the market being a bit volatile, we have the ability to maximize our earnings during the more volatile conditions. And we don't plan to remove the entire lump sum from any of our investments all in one big go. So, it makes more sense to continue earning on it for as long as possible to bolster the rewards within Fusion. So, what we'll be doing is we will be adding to the bond redemption contract on a by demand basis. So each day we'll top up the contract with funds and those will be available to redeem. If we're experiencing a great deal of demand, we'll adjust and add more. If we're not experiencing much demand after those first few days, we'll add less per day. If anyone is a really large holder and has any issues, please just contact us individually. And by us, I mean AJ. Make sure you click on his name from one of his pinned announcements so you can be sure you're messaging the correct username. We will never randomly DM you pertaining to this. So if you experience any issues at all, just please find his username from one of the pinned announcements. You can message me as well if you have any questions or issues. But if you are a large holder and you haven't been able to redeem, just message AJ, please.
Perfect. Yeah, no, I think that was a really great overview, LA. Again, it's pretty straightforward and simple. I just want to go over a few things. So this is the actual redemption UI. Again, if you have NFTs, it will show up with a number right here, and then all you do is hit redeem. Again, right now there's about $10,000 in the contract. We will be adding more as they get redeemed, like LA said, just to make sure we're earning as much as we can in the meantime. So if you do hit redeem and for whatever reason the transaction fails, again, just wait a little bit and it will be topped up and it can go again. You can try again. All you'll be losing is, a couple of cents in gas. And then again, if you're still having issues, just please feel free to reach out to me directly and we can coordinate, especially any bondholders that are over 10,000 each or whatever. But we already had a ton of people redeem today, so that's good news. It's working as intended. And one last thing I wanted to show was the marketplace. So I know some of you have already listed your NFTs on the marketplace, or maybe they were there for a while, um, you will be able to sell them still. Or I'm sorry, redeem them still. So there isn't a way to actually remove your NFTs from the marketplace, but those NFTs will show up in the redemption area. So as soon as you actually redeem them from the redemption area, then it will automatically be removed from the marketplace. So if you did accidentally list on the marketplace thinking that's how you were going to redeem, or maybe you had it listed from a while ago on the marketplace, you're still in luck, and all you have to do is redeem here. And then again, the NFTs are automatically burned once they are redeemed and the USDC is issued. So yeah, I think that really is it in a nutshell. Was there any
I wanna
other? Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah,
Ellie.
I wanna highlight one other detail, which I don't see on your screen because I don't think you're connected, but, when you are connected and it does show you how many you have, there will be 2 tabs. One will say marketplace sale and one will say quick sale. So, make sure, or maybe it's just saying that because 'cause I'm not connected. I don't know,
Yeah,
but
this don't do this. I
that's what
think
I'm
that's
saying.
what
That's
you're.
what I was about to say. Don't do the quick sale, whatever you do.
Yeah, so don't, this is your actual profile, so all of you should be able to see it here. Again, this was only to sell on the marketplace or to do the quick sale right here, but remember that it is a 10% early redemption fee on this, so definitely don't do this part. If you do, there's nothing we can do about it. You will just get 10% less. So again, and don't put it up for sale on the marketplace either.
Yeah,
If you already did, it's okay. You'll still be able to redeem, but the way to do it is to simply go to the home page, go down to the bottom, or click redeem right there, and then yeah, I'm not connected, and I don't have any NFTs in this wallet, but if you have 1, 2, 10, 100, it'll show up right here in this box
perfect.
automatically. So
Yes.
cool.
Awesome.
All right, awesome. I think that was it with this. Do you want me to answer any questions, or if you have questions, please put them in the live chat and we can get to them at the end. I guess we can move on to the next part, right, Ellie?
Yeah, if you have any questions, yeah, just let us know in the comments, but I don't see any popping up at this very second.
All right, give me 1 second, Ellie. I'll let you go into the next part. Hang on.
So yeah, next we wanted to chat about Fusion Watch. Um, it's just absolutely incredible how invaluable of a resource Fusion Watch has been for our community. Again, big shout out to John and also to Grover, who's been helping him. Um, we absolutely just feel like this has been absolutely invaluable resource for our community. We've had 163 EMP sacrificed in the last week, 585,000 in the last month, and 1.78 million EMP sacrificed in the last 3 months. So clearly it's working. Everyone's been working together as an amazingly strong community. The community challenges and competitions are really heating up. Last week, we hit our highest sacrifice week in such a long time with over 187,000 EMP sacrificed. And this week, we're under halfway, just under halfway to this week's goal. And being that it's already Friday, we have a lot of work to do together as a community. So we want to reach 100% of our goal every week, and we're nearly there, but we do have a little bit more work to do as a community. And the other thing I wanted to point out is that we're already over 23% of the way there to our moon challenge, which is absolutely insane. The more we work together, the quicker we'll make it there. And as we get closer and closer to hitting that goal, we'll feel that supply shock kicking in more and more.
I love it, LA. Man, you're on a roll. I didn't want to interrupt you. It's so bullish. I mean, it's incredible what a few analytics and, a little friendly competition can do to help us boost and get to our goals. So, yeah, just to recap. So last week, again, like LA said, we had 187,000 EMP sacrifice. We had somebody come in the last like 5 minutes and sacrifice a ton of EMP to get to the leaderboard. It was a cool little snipe, and I can't remember. We're giving away 6,000 EMP for the top sacrificers in total, and another 6,000 EMP for the top gainers. And we did add this as well, so now you have a countdown. Like Ella said, it is Friday, and we're still only about halfway there, but we have 2 more days to finish really strong. I know a lot of people were using their bond redemptions to buy EMP at these low prices. So again, not financial advice, but that's a great option. And one more thing too, real quick, while I'm thinking about it, somebody did ask if we were going to continue the bonds. The short answer is no. But a lot of you have heard me talk about a private investment deal that we were running. And if you are a fan of the bonds and an APR that is very hands off, again, please get in touch with me. We are still have availability on that private deal as well. But yeah, LA, this has been really powerful. Fusion Watch, again, shout out to John and Grover. And they're working on even a few more bullish metrics that we can show hopefully next week. So this will be a continued project to continue to show the numbers. And like we say, the math is unfuddable because all of this is based on supply and demand, and every single day, one EMP at a time is sacrificed into fusion. That's one EMP that will never be able to be sold again, and that
Mhm.
is just so powerful.
Yes. And I did actually want to just, we didn't write this in our notes, but just congratulate everyone who did get into the Yield Consortium because they actually brought in a 12% gain last month.
For
And
sure.
that's more than double of what we had going for the bonds. So
Yeah,
um,
100%. Yeah,
absolutely incredible
yeah,
for all
we,
of
again,
everyone
it's been
involved.
it has been great. And again, we're using the same sort of things that we do for our own treasuries, to generate that yield, and with the market up, it's bullish for sure. So, yeah, just send me a DM, like Ella said, codename Yield Consortium. So, all right, awesome. And one more thing I want to highlight here too, LA, is, and I saw Grover post about this in the chats today, but I mentioned it on a few other AMAs, but this right here is a really powerful metric. It gives you the price per sacrifice point, and this again is updated in real time. And why this is so important right here. Hopefully, you guys can see that. Uh, 0.016. This is so important because this will give you a great benchmark on what is a good deal and what isn't a good deal in the marketplace, the Fusion marketplace. And there has been some incredible deals on the microgrids at reduced stack prices. So just make sure that you always check the sacrifice or the marketplace on stack points as well to add to your microgrid, as well as buying EMP outright. But I just wanted to highlight that for sure. Cool. All right, Ella, anything else about Fusion Watch? Again, while I'm streaming, you're gonna have to go through the notes. So yeah.
Yeah, let's see here. I was just gonna say, remember, we do have some strong contenders leading the pack right now for this week's competition, but it is anyone's game still. You know that AJ mentioned that someone kind of came in right at the last second last week to win. So it very much so is anyone's game. And keep in mind that once someone increases their position, by 390%, it's really hard for them to then win again the next week. So this is really such a bullish competition that's really leaving space for anyone to win, because especially with the top gainers category, it's about the percentage that you're increasing your overall holding. And so it leaves room for the smaller holders to win as well, which is fantastic. But remember, there are 3 prizes for each of those 2 categories, and we're giving away 12,000 EMP every week right now. So not only can you win some amazing prizes, but you can also contribute to helping us reach our mega supply shock zone and get back to peg as quickly as possible.
Yeah, no doubt. Great points, LA. Again, the top sacrifice prize is definitely more of a whales game. Again, the more you sacrifice, the higher you get. But the top gainers is very fair to anybody. And honestly, it's probably a bigger advantage to minnows because, like LA said, in order to get those percentage gains, it's a lot easier to do that with a smaller account as opposed to a bigger account. So, and that keeps it fair because those that are trying to win again have to put in a lot more EMP, which is great for all of us. So just keep that in mind. And again, there are some terms and conditions. Prize winners can only win up to 2 times in a row. And even though we are giving away that 12,000 EMP weekly, all of that EMP is meant to go right back into Fusion. So it really shouldn't add to any additional selling pressure. And if it does, then you're disqualified from winning, ever again. So we have a bunch of insurance policies in place, and really, it's just a matter of again a friendly competition within the community. And all of you guys and gals have been really rallying behind this, and it's really cool to see, and it will get us to recover peg and get to that supply shock faster and faster, the more that all of you participate in these sort of initiatives. So, all right, awesome, LA. Yeah, I think that was great. I'm excited. I'm bullish. I know. I've been building my personal microgrid every single day since Fusion launched. So
Love
we're
it.
getting there for sure.
Amazing.
Cool.
Yes. Um,
Awesome.
So we don't have any questions popping up on Discord, but we do have a couple in the chats. I did answer them in writing, but we might as well answer them in voice as well. So just to clarify, we mentioned if you are quite a large bondholder and you're having any issues at all redeeming, that doesn't mean you can't redeem. It just means, as I had mentioned earlier, reach out to AJ, let him know, and he will deal with you on that. And then the other question, I believe, was about the yield consortium. And AJ, can you kind of clarify further as to how the funds are invested within our own protocols?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, with our yield consortium in specifically, and even there's a lot of overlap in terms of our strategy with the EMP Treasury, yield consortium, and even the HVM Treasury. But the vast majority is actual LP farming. We do have some diversification in trading accounts in Bruno X. I know there's a few other protocols that we've invested in. We have a great position in Titanx. So again, there's a lot of diversification, but the vast majority utilizes the Dex vaults through Dex Finance, and prioritizes a lot more of the blue chip assets, or even some of the more a little more high risk, but the ones that have great yield. Which again, even if the asset goes down in price, if you're yielding, 5.5% daily or whatever the case may be, that really helps to mitigate the potential downside. So, and couple all that on top of a bull run, theoretically, all the assets should appreciate over the next few months. So, again, we feel like we're really well positioned to not only survive but deliver on everything that we said we would and have done.
Yes, absolutely. So another question popping up, are we going to be able to swap our Defender NFTs from the old EMP site to the new site or sacrifice?
Yeah, so This is a question that's been coming up a lot this week about potentially sunsetting the legacy contracts. Again, all the NFTs are included in that. So defenders, sentinels, um, uh, you know, the only one that really wouldn't be is the EMP power ups. Those are continuing to pay every week, and again, those are on Ethereum, which really utilizes the EMP ecosystem. And once it recovers, those should pay even more. But all the other legacy contracts, bonds, detonator and reactor, we are working on a plan. Again, when we say sunset, that means to you know gradually retire those contracts, but do it in a way that everybody still gets a fair amount and fair credit, and then we move away from the potential FUD of those contracts and can focus on fusion, 100%. We have some really creative ways of doing that that will, again, give credit where credit is due, but not dilute everybody that's in fusion as well. So we haven't made any official announcements on that. So to this question and a few of the others about sunsetting, once we get through the next few weeks of launching TGE for HVM, all the stuff that we have on our plate, then we can start focusing on, again, tying up some loose ends with Fusion and legacy contracts and NFTs. Does that answer, LA?
Yes, it does. Absolutely.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome. Any other questions popping up, guys? Let us
Yeah,
know
I
in the
love it.
comments.
We got a bunch of watchers. 65 of you. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe as well. Again, this week has been a little out of order, but we come to you every Monday and Thursday at 6:45 p.m. Eastern, and we have a massive AMA coming up right after this about the Universe Madness ecosystem and some alpha. We will be releasing the first look at gameplay footage over there. So get ready for that. And if you're in the pre-sale, you have tokens ready for you in your wallet and staking as well. So we have a massive AMA in just about an hour over there. But yeah, any other questions in terms of uh, EMP ecosystem? Uh, I know, the deck swap is still being worked on. We're getting really close with that. Some other loose ends, transitioning everything is looking really good in terms of additional development as well. And yeah, Quentin says, side note, just got my 12% from the Yield Consortium. Thanks, AJ. So yeah, no problem, my friend. And yeah, it's been a great little, again, private group that has been really supportive. So shout out to all of you for sure.
Yes, love it. Amazing. Yeah, I don't see any other questions. Yvonne says she just staked her XGG. That's amazing.
I love it. Yes, and check the Universe Madness post for all the updates. Again, we'll go over it in full detail on the AMA right after this. But yeah, staking is now live for any of you that were in the pre-sale. It's really important that you not only get staked, but the most and the longest that you are comfortable with. That will really help us get amazing momentum into our TGE. And you're able to earn. You're getting more GG tokens and you're getting carnival tickets, which we'll explain later tonight as well. But it'll be a really great way to purchase some super exclusive cards through our carnival shop for sure. So we have so much to go over. Again, there's never a dull moment, but man, we have lined up all the dominoes. And LA, real quick, I know we want to save all the momentum for the next AMA, but good lord, has our Twitter exploded, right? We're
Yes,
killing
we
it.
have, which makes me even more excited because once we get through all the TGE madness, we are going to be having the marketing company expand into helping us with our other projects. And
For sure.
this means that we already are figuring out exactly what's working and we can duplicate that on our other accounts, which is fantastic.
Yeah, no doubt. That's a great point, LA. And again, on that note too, which ties into, the yield consortium returns and bonds and, the health of our treasury, all of that is done through the Dex Finance vaults. And they have an amazing update. I just saw some more headway today with co-founder Jake over there. He has been working nonstop to get the AI LM up and running. So again, those that aren't familiar, we're adding a really, really powerful AI liquidity management system to the vaults that will essentially rebalance your concentrated liquidity, and it's beating the competitors by up to 10%. So again, just like our vaults usually do, because of that rebalancing mechanism, we're able to really beat yields from other platforms. And once we're able to finally roll this out, full new UI, the AILM, and really show how powerful the vaults are, I think that we will easily see, a massive increase in TVL, and that is beneficial to all of us because, again, we'll also be able to have some more of our own farms in those vaults with the dex swap transition. So there's just so much happening, and I know it can be a little overwhelming sometimes, but that's why it's so important that you guys stay in the loop with us through pinned posts and through AMAs like this for sure.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Well, I think that's all. I want to say thank you guys all so much for joining us. We are so excited about where everything's headed, both with Fusion, with DexSwap, with Honor versus Madness, with all of it. We are heading in just such a positive direction. We've been really on fire with all the progress we've been making all around. And I just want to say thank you to all of you for being willing to work together as a community, because with Fusion, it's making such a big difference. With Honor versus Madness, supporting on all of the socials constantly with those radar blasts. You guys have been amazing. And it just shows how much we can achieve when we're all doing it together and we're not just depending on the team to do it for us. It's truly so much more powerful, and we appreciate every one of you for getting involved and being a part of it, whether you're able to sacrifice once a day, once a week, once a month. It's making a difference. And we're getting closer and closer to our goals and the true fruition of everything that we saw. And it's coming to life.
Yeah, so true, LA. I know, again, like I said, it can be a little overwhelming, especially if you're not tuned in to us, daily, and you come back and you're like, what's happening? What's going on? But just rest assured that we never ever stop building, and that is in the goal of supporting Fusion and GDEX. Again, those two things, in terms of real yield that we generate, will always be priority, and the whole idea is that all of these, ancillary protocols, they're not a distraction. They actually bolster the rewards and make the entire ecosystem that much more powerful. So no matter what part of our ecosystem that you're involved in, I would just encourage you all to continue to learn and follow along. And everything that we do is with the common goal of success for everybody. And yeah, do you agree, LA? I mean,
Yes.
again, I think no other protocol or no other team really has all these, spider legs feeding the mothership that like we do. And that is no matter what kind of tech or development skills, none of that can be duplicated because we've laid the groundwork for sure.
Yes, I totally agree. There was one more thing I wanted to remember to just quickly mention. Um, we now that we've switched over our Telegram and Discord uh, groups to DexSwap, we no longer have an a Sparkswap Telegram group. Someone went ahead and made an alternate fake account with our old invite link for the Sparkswap group. If you see a Sparkswap group popping up and inviting you to be a part of it, That's not us. We don't have one anymore, and we have reported it, but they've managed to create a new group with our old link, and I'm sure they're going to do something scammy with it. So please just be aware. If you were a member of the original Sparkswap group, it got switched over to DexSwap. So if you're in the DexSwap group, that is our real group. There's nothing going on there, but they have created a new Telegram group with our old Sparkswap invite link. And so if you get invited to that group for any reason, don't join it. It's not real. And we're working on getting it taken down.
Yeah, 100%. That's just another great reminder that, as we get through all these catalyst events, through transitioning, rebranding, airdrops of tokens around HVM, all of that, just please be very, very careful and make sure that you're only paying attention to the actual chats or these AMAs. Again, that is another reason why we do these AMAs is that you can hear my voice, you can hear LA's voice. AI technology is getting insane lately, impersonation. I mean, who knows? So just that's another safety measure in what you should or shouldn't be doing. LA and I will never ever ask you to connect to, a random website, or God forbid, we would never ask you to send your private keys. I mean, again, it's still a war zone out there. One of our VIPs was compromised just this week through the Google Cloud. So just be really careful with everything that you do. Don't store your private keys anywhere um, other than a physical, lockbox in your house or apartment, whatever. And just be really, really careful with what you're doing because the other downside is, if you get hacked, it's catastrophic to you personally. But remember, a lot of the times it also impacts the greater community. So luckily, we didn't see a big sell off, with this latest hack. But sometimes, we see scammers dumping tokens as well, which hurts all of us. The good news is that as we get closer and closer to supply shock, um, and you have your positions already in Fusion, then that risk of people dumping on our heads gets less and less. But yeah, just be really careful. And as always, if you have any questions or you don't feel comfortable, the best thing to do is to do nothing until you can clarify. So yeah, just uh, yeah, Ella, you're the best at community, education. So yeah, I think that really sums it up.
Yeah, and I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to mention it again because it doesn't seem to be something that gets remembered. But there's two very easy ways to verify who AJ and I both are, both on Discord or Telegram. This would work on both platforms. You can simply go to one of our pinned announcements. On Discord, it's obviously in the announcements tab. On Telegram, it's pinned. But if you find one of us who has posted a recent announcement, which we both have, only us can post announcements and pin them. And so that is the real us. And you can click on our username directly from an announcement and hit message and message either one of us and say, I'm writing you this message for the future so I know it's the real you. And then if you ever need us for anything, you've got us. You know it's us because you're the one who initiated the message directly from the announcements. Another thing to note is that on Telegram, all of our chat bubbles are labeled in the top right corner. An impersonator cannot impersonate that. It's in gray writing. It will say team member or admin. All of our admins have those labels on our chat bubbles, and that is something you should always look out for.
Perfect. Yeah, I love it. So, all right. Hopefully that helps everybody. I have one more last question here. Again, if there is any last minute questions, please feel free to type on YouTube or X. Eric says, can you say again about how sparkler stakes will be handled in the transition? So, yes, we haven't done the official announcement on this, but it will be coming. There will be a DEX swap token, and both Sparkler, Stakes, Spark, the Cedo 404s, literally anything in our ecosystem that was, at one point a value capture, will have a very specific ratio and, formula to give you credit in the new DexSwap token based on your holdings. So again, nobody's being left behind. Those that were part of the 3650 club and staked for longer in Sparkler will have a higher ratio. I mean, again, we'll announce all of that. It's a major process to go through and calculate all of that. But the goal is that nobody is actually losing value. If anything, consolidating everything under one token with the multi-chain DEX in the long run should give you even more value for what your commitments have been through Cedo and Spark. So yeah, again, not financial advice, and we'll have a full breakdown of what that looks like in a few more. Again, I don't want to put a time frame on it, but soon. And
Mhm.
remember, we will be launching the BSC version of DexSwap first, but that will only be a very minimal, MVP, minimal viable product, and we will not have the token, the DexSwap token live for that. That will come shortly after the first deployment of the actual exchange. So
Mhm.
again, just bear with us. We have a lot of stuff happening, throughout the end of this year for sure.
Absolutely. And just a reminder, there's absolutely nothing you need to do with your current farms or sparkler positions. You can continue to use the bridge. You can continue to earn quite great yields within Sparkswap every single day. And there's nothing you're going to need to do until the actual day of the migration. And that will require maybe hitting a few buttons and maybe approving something. I mean,
For
it's going to
sure. Yeah.
be very
Totally.
simple and smooth. And so I personally am working on earning as much as possible within the Spark Swap farms and building up my stakes as high as possible. Because why not, right?
Yeah, no doubt, LA. We're still some of the most competitive APR on stables, utilizing that, SDI USDX pair on SparkSwap. And again, all the vaults, all the SparkSwap farms are also compatible in the vault. So
Mm.
again, make sure you're utilizing all the tools that you have. We will be reintroducing perpetuals again, too. Again, that's just been on pause until we get everything under DexSwap and have the rebrand, then perpetuals will be returning. And honestly, Pulse has been really looking good. I know the case with Richard Hart and the SEC is underway as we speak. They had major arguments yesterday, and from what I'm hearing, the judge seems to be very, accepting to the argument of code is free speech. Everything that was promised in terms of profit from the work of others was delivered. There is a chain. That's all that was promised. So things are looking really good. The SEC was backpedaling, asking the courtroom, how many people were from the U.S. Again, trying to prove jurisdiction, and the judge didn't even let them ask that question. So there's some really bullish things happening around that case, and that is good for us because if history repeats itself, similar to the XRP ruling, once we get out of this SEC drama and Richard Hart, is not under scrutiny and is not labeled a scammer and is able to move forward and start live streaming again, hopefully, that will do wonders for the Pulse ecosystem. And even now, you know, Pulse is having more volume than Phantom. So again, there's a lot of metrics that people don't really look at or realize of Pulse. And I think that those of us that have been building our bags on Pulse for the last year, are going to see some really, really great results. And yeah, Chad says we're going to be loaded on Hex again. So yeah, original Hexagons. I think Hex will have a big recovery and literally everything in the Pulse ecosystem. So again, there's a lot to look forward to going into 2025.
Hell yeah. As
Cool.
it says in the song, oh, hell yeah.
Yes, totally. Shout out to Cool Sheet for our intro. Yeah, no doubt. So,
I
all
just love
right,
that
awesome.
song.
Well, I think that's pretty much it, right, LA?
Yeah. Make sure in 1 hour from now you join us for the HVM AMA as well, because that one's gonna be very bullish. There's so much to go over tonight. So definitely be on that one, especially if you have any questions about staking or anything like that.
Yeah, no doubt. And again, just like I said, I'm gonna steal the thunder, but you will get the first look at gameplay footage, and it is absolutely fucking spectacular. So get ready for that. I'm so bullish. And if you didn't participate in the pre-sale, get ready for TGE because I think there's gonna be a lot of demand with what we have lined up over the next, 11 days. So
Yeah, T minus 11 days. Wow, wow, wow,
let's go. Hell yeah. So,
wow.
all right. Well, on that note, again, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We will wrap it up. LA, any final words for all the lovely people? Go ahead.
Everyone keep shining bright and keep working together as an amazing community. Honestly, I believe there's no one that can top our incredible community, especially when we're all working together. So let's just keep doing it because it's working.
Yeah, I could not agree more, LA. Again, I know as with anything, sometimes patience wears thin, people get frustrated, but overall, everything that we've been building for the last year is finally coming together. We have the track record, we have the safety, we have the transparency, and I think a lot of people are going to say, man, EMP really delivered going into this next bull run, and that's what it's all about. So thank you to all of you. Remember that we come to you every Monday and Thursday at 6:45 p.m. Eastern. We will be back on schedule next week. This was just a extenuating circumstance for the Friday doubleheader, but yeah, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Good night, good day. Much love to all of you. Have a wonderful weekend, and don't forget to join us in about 1 hour for the HVM stream as well. Bye bye, everyone.